Closed to where on stream? Is that a tax write-off? Alrighty. Danny said that Sunday release. I don't know, man. Let me look it up. Not a huge fan, I'm not gonna lie. Also, they're $175 for the Tiger Camo Polo. What in the world? What in the world? I really like I think I think if I had to rank all the golf like brands, I would put, Nike stuff's obviously good, but I love my Rowback sweatshirt I got for Christmas. I like my Grayson hoodie that I got at the Memorial last year. Those are my top two worn. And I actually like Under Armour stuff too. Peter Millar. See, I haven't worn any Peter Millar, so I don't truly know. Can't be fraudulent and say I do. But there is a Facebook group I'm in that I think this guy just gets like Peter Millar stuff. Um and then he sells it for like a polo for $65 including shipping. But like it's only like 5 polos a day or whatever, and sometimes they're not your size. But I've thought about doing that. Where I was doing so good yesterday and then I blew up 2 evals. It sounds like you know what you did. What'd you do? If you want to be vulnerable, you can say. If not, you don't have to. Also, I would say at least they're evals. Trade minis instead of micros. That'll get you every time. If you're used to trading micros, got to stick to it. But I'm sure you know that. I have very rarely experienced good times from from risking more than I intended to risk, if that makes sense. If I go into a day and say I want to risk one mini and then I decide against that and say, hey, you know what? I think I'm going to risk 2 minis or 4 minis. That day will not go well. Almost guaranteed. Alrighty. We will go ahead and get started here. Morning, Kahuna and Deontay. Morning, Discord chat. Alrighty. So, FOMC yesterday pretty much did exactly what I thought when I got off, is it just dropped off the face of the planet. So yeah, we literally, we are right now where we were yesterday at 3 o'clock. We had a big spike Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Had a big spike this yesterday afternoon, obviously with FOMC, and then here we are now. So right in the middle, pretty much of the pump of FOMC. Looking for shorter pricing today. There's a fair value gap we just bounced off of. Yeah, I don't see us going much higher. Obviously could. Absolutely no reason we can't. But yeah, I'm kind of looking for lower pricing personally. At least right now. We wicked below this liquidity here, the sell side liquidity. So certainly watching that. But we shall see. 12 minutes for the day to open. Alrighty. I got to get caught up on the recaps from yesterday's shenanigans. That's loud. Yesterday was the first, right? Yeah. I had 13 trades yesterday, but 70% win rate and a 2 risk to reward sponsored by 2 7R trades. Not too shabby. Deontay said, do you trade pre-market high or pre-market low breaks or any breaks as far as levels? Yeah, more so just any breaks of liquidity. Pre-market I don't love just because it's lower volume, so hence lower liquidity, but still usually is valid. Certainly prior day high lows are going to be a little bit more impactful to me. See if we can hold under these 50s. Gonna start looking at options now too, now that we're safe from FOMC. So let me filter through monthlies here. Oh wait, we have a new month, so these are no longer in force. Okay. Target and XLE and Baba. Those three I recognize. Target shorts, absolutely. XLE shorts, maybe. Baba longs. Target shorts, though. So I'd probably look at probably looking at the June 21 expiration. Not a lot of volume. Just cycling through a little bit here. Man, not a lot of volume on target right now. Even next week contracts aren't that much. I can get the 155 puts for $1.55 right now. Um, just don't love it. All right. weekly in force. Okay. Apple longs. If we can get over. Oh, wait. They report tonight. Never mind. Amazon triggered long. So let me throw it here. Management looking short. Yeah, nothing new there. All right. Nothing really to look at for swings right now. At least from what I see. Let me look at the dailies. All right, daily setups. Yeah, I feel like this is just my normal watch list here. Gonna drop down in market cap and see if anything interesting comes up. All right. Daily setups here while I'm waiting for my window to open up. Yeah, Google longs. What is this? Would be kind of fishy. Wouldn't love, but wouldn't hate either. When's earnings here? Microsoft has earnings out of the way. Risky thing is Apple has earnings this afternoon, but okay, Amazon's back in force, so still going to be looking at Amazon. Apple not getting into today. Nvidia, clear out this. Nvidia back in force would be 883, but I'm looking for a 2-2 reversal today. Tesla would be looking for a short. Baba, same thing. Baba has earnings in a couple of days. Next week, I think. Morgan Stanley, nothing interesting. Wells Fargo, nothing interesting. Okay. Nothing interesting. Heard it here first, folks. Oil dropping like it's hot. Gold doing the same. All right, I'm taking gold short, wide stop. Entry is at 98.5 and stops 7 points. that's just gonna really just be a come back to it in a little bit type of trade. A little wider stops. Yes, dropping right now. Gonna probably take some SPY puts. Yeah. Grabbing the 498 at 0.47. Send it. All right, NQ just dropped 2. Two continuation actually. Taking this short 505. .05. There's 10 points hit. .55 on SPY right now. Okie. Gold looking for the next 2 down. Oil, not interested. 3-2, got it on NQ. Looking for that 20-pointer. Gold up 2 points, 2.5. Stops break even on NQ. All right, worked out. I do think that we're probably reaching into this volume imbalance here. We almost did. All right, out of SPY. Today's Thursday, so I can probably grab some blue chips as well if I see something looking good. Like Tesla right now, 2-2 reversal to the downside on the 15-minute. Gonna have an eye on NQ. When it gets back in force under 90, I'll be looking for shorts again. Grabbing Tesla 175 puts in at 90. Okay. Minute 42 left on this inside bar on ES. Going short NQ 84.50. Check on gold. All right, stopped out NQ. I guess I did take that on a 2-2 reversal, but back in force on the 5. It was more of a 5-minute trigger. Was expecting this to just keep going on the 5 and then next 5-minute candle shove through. All good. All right, stopped out of gold, break even. Hit half R, but nothing further. Looking maybe a little bullish right now. Tesla's still dropping though. Tesla trim 105. Yeah, this might be a ES trade. CL looking short too. CL would trigger short and then also trigger a 3-2 would be the target. Tesla's still dropping. Almost getting the CL trigger. NQ doing a little bit of a retrace right now. 32 viewers on YouTube. Thanks for coming out, guys. YouTube makes it 50, 60 people. Thanks for coming out, guys. Looking for CL 2112 down, triggering a 3-2 down. Good thing I got out of gold there. I'm still watching Tesla because NQ and ES are going up. Tesla's still dropping. So nothing to manage there. Coming up on the 10 o'clock flip, so got to be mindful of that possibility. Tesla about to break yesterday lows. Last minute here, this 5-minute candle looking short, certainly for most of these actually. CL just triggered. All right, new fiver here. Tesla broke yesterday's lows. Ooh, yeah, it did. 1.50 trim. Got the 2 down on this 15 or 2. All right, Tesla dropped 322 on the 5 or on the 15. Looks like valid shorts. Gonna actually wait for a strat signal this time. On the 1. Enforce on the 5. CL. Taking CL short. In at 76. Going to do a 50 tick stop. A little wider today. So far, at least. I see NQ. It's dropping. I'm in at 60.50. Somewhat chasey here. 10 points hit. Wow, it really didn't tick me in. Oh, I guess it didn't get there. Tesla's still dropping. Probably going to grab some, well, maybe grab some Q puts. Was within a tick of my second trim. $1.85 on Tesla. There's 20 points. Qs are at 420. I'm ready to mark it in on the Q 418 puts. If I can get another trigger here. Minute 30 left on this 5-minute candle. In force on the 15 for a while. It will be at least. CL dropping. Got stopped out of break even on NQ. I didn't put this on. 78, 76. I probably will trim at 25 ticks on oil if it gets there. Let me make that true. There we go. Check the 15. 15's 212 down. Might just trust it. We'll see. Looking for reversals on NQ now. I want it to at least sweep this 425 liquidity. Ultimately the 400 liquidity, but definitely the 405 or 425 liquidity. That's what I'm targeting right now. All right, taking the Qs in at 0.55. Got the 2 down on NQ actually. Looking for this 322. Taking this 41.50 short. 150. Watching oil sitting at break even right now. Put this on for visual appeal. There's 10 points hit on IQ. I'm getting out of oil about 0.10 R. See if it's going to grab 20 or not. So I don't have to alert twice. All right, I'll alert here. .70 on Qs. Oh, I hit my 20. Let me double check. Yeah, I got filled 20. Oh yeah, definitely now. .92 on Qs. Yeah, that's what 400s. Yep, now's the reflection point or inflection point. I don't know. Big words aren't my friend. Google inflection point. Thank you. I think my only loss was on a 2-2 continuation, but it was a B setup. I had it on the 5. Check CL. Yeah, it kind of sold the top on CL. Possibly looking for a 1R trade here on this inside bar. But got to be careful. We did sweep that 400 liquidity. Next would be 300s. But this is a spot where certainly could be seeing some reversal. Amazon has a 2-1-2 down. Apple had a 2-1-2 down. It's failed to now. Microsoft did as well, but Microsoft is a 2 down. No fail. Okay. Taking off NQ, a couple points in profit. Also, Qs. Mr. Unemployed said, I really appreciate how you don't bag hold options. Yeah, options are certainly, um, well, other than the fact that they can get away from you pretty quick. I trim at 10%, 10, 10, and then usually, 20, 50, 100, that sort of thing. Just depends on price action too, though. But I just try to get risk free as quick as possible with options because um, options with that theta decay, and then also, if it's going to go, it's going to go. And the delta can ramp up or ramp against you pretty quickly. So it's good to be in and out unless you're feeling like you want to average down. In that case, you got to hold. And I don't love to average down in options. By the way, glad I got out of CL. But yeah, I don't love to bag hold options. Now, if it's a swing, I'll bag hold swings 100% because swings are multiple day setups. Excuse me. Jason said, for real, nice play. Just made 40 points walking back from the gym. Nice, dude. Jason, I appreciate how I do love when people talk, but I appreciate that you stick around and kind of work on yourself on the back end and make some cash and then end the day early. Lots of discipline that I really love to see. Jay Will said the same, something similar. I'm done. Great morning for me. Awesome work, dude. Awesome, awesome. Hit the links. I learned from the best. Love to hear that. Who did you learn most of your trading from, Jason? Like most of what you implement now? Genuine question. Big Kahuna said, caller, put nice trade. NQ, let's go. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, NQ is probably setting up for long now, if I had to guess, after sweeping that low. Jason, you've been with me for a long time. Long time. Let me see. Stocks and options, a guy named NASA. Futures, that'd be, I appreciate that. Where are you? Oh, Jason, you're an OG. December of 2022. Love that. Appreciate you. Just goes to show you made more money trading with me than spending it, which is good to hear. 212 down on the 1. 212 up on the 5. 15's inside. Nothing for a little while now. I found Jesse through Ace. Ace of Trades, my boy. Love that man. One of the few genuine analysts that I can vouch for and who I've kind of attached myself to. There's only There's only 3 analysts that I'd put my reputation with, and Ace is one of them. How old are you? I'm 25, I think. Yeah, 25. Jason said, "No problem, man. You know it works when people stay. I find it through." Yeah, yeah. I mean, um, obviously, my goal is to make self-sufficient traders where you don't need me. But you know, I would venture to guess that you're self-sufficient, Jason, and you stay for the community and the confluence, which ends up making you more money than the monthly fee. Um, Probably multiple times over. So that's kind of what I've encouraged for those who have turned self-sufficient and then leave. I'm like, well, I don't really, I don't really pursue members or anything like that. I just let them come back in a couple weeks because when you have your next rough stretch, it's hard to trade by yourself. Then you have all that self-doubt and whatnot. But obviously I'm not perfect, but I make consistent payouts and my results are consistent. And I like to think that I'm not very emotionally attached to my trading most times now. So it's kind of a good baseline. $10.20, nothing super interesting happening. Tesla's sitting at 205 right now. It might end in the money. This might be a swing into tomorrow. Tomorrow's just consumer confidence, though, I think. If I'm not incorrect, it's just consumer confidence. Oh, I am incorrect. It's NFP. Well, tomorrow would be a good time to hold Tesla through, I think. Risk free, of course, but it's already hit 100%. Then it has you guys have PMI tomorrow as well at 10 o'clock. So just be mindful of that. I have half a mind to pick up do a higher time frame channel. It's kind of in the beginning stages of me thinking about it, but opening up a channel for just like 15-minute and hourly plus time frames, trading sometimes in the evenings, but pre-market, and then doing like, obviously it would be micros, unless it's euro, and then I might be able to swing minis, but I don't know. But if that would interest you, let me know. I heard price action in like 22 to 23 was way more trend friendly. Wish I got into futures earlier. Yeah, it was certainly easier because of what 2022 was, right? It was the rally after pretty much after COVID settled down. I mean, you can look at my the Jesse's Futures Recap channel, and that starts at the end of 22. Now if it's like an NQ trade where it's like 5 point stop, obviously those are much different now. But it actually was a lot of ES. I was pretty darn good at trading ES. Yeah, I was pretty good at ES. Kind of looking through, and then I transferred to kind of doing both at the end of 2022, high 80s, low 90s win rate. Pretty much same trims that I do now, except now I skip the 3R trims. But yeah, that much hasn't changed much. It was certainly a little easier. Think of it like days like today and yesterday were kind of abundant, or the end of yesterday. We had another decent day recently. Certainly wasn't Monday or Tuesday this week. I'm glad I missed Monday. This looks like disgustingness. I guess it was Friday last week was good. Thursday last week looks to be decent in the afternoon. But it was kind of like that. But one thing I've learned in the last couple months or quarters is that you really can't look forward too much to certain trading conditions. You got to learn to trade the ones that you're presented with. So yeah, while it would be nice, this summer might be a good trading time because of the potential budget cuts, or not budget cuts, rate cuts. Sorry, golf coach just texted me. All right. So yeah, this summer might be good because of rate cuts. Might flip us bullish. Well, it might just give us a trend more so. When I'm genuinely considering taking the week of, or at least some time off in June, leading up to FOMC, because I think that we'll see. I probably going to take off the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday before FOMC because there's CPI in the morning on Wednesday, and there's FOMC federal funds rate, FOMC statement, FOMC economic projection, federal budget balance, and FOMC press conference all Wednesday afternoon. Thursday is PPI, which lately has been equally as impactful as CPI, sometimes more so. And then Friday's consumer sentiment. So there's a chance that I take that time off, just to avoid chop, because I'd have to look at Tuesday. Let me see. I'd have to look at Tuesday, but I feel like it was a struggle to get green on Tuesday. I think I started with a couple losses. Let me see. Yeah, a loss, 2 wins, a loss, and a win. So I actually ended green. But I feel like it was I think it was barely green because my losses were obviously a little bigger than my half-hour trims. So I think it was a struggle to get green on Tuesday, and Monday would have been the same if I did trade it. But anyway, someone was typing. What week is that? It's like June 12th, 13th, the week of June 12th. Yeah, I feel like those days of chop would increase, or days off on chop would increase win rate. Also good for mental. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I do want my win rate to be high. Kind of, it just feels good more than anything. Obviously, I know that the statistics don't care too much if my win rate's a little lower, but um, I definitely agree. It's something I'll consider. Or at least those are days where I'll probably do, if I start the higher time frame account. Those are days that I would do that, because you can sit and chop on a higher time frame, wider stop loss account, but you can't do that if you're trying to scalp 20 points and then it has to go against you 20 points and then it goes for you 10, 20 points. So yeah, like I said, Tuesday I was barely green. I didn't trade Monday. Well, yeah, I did. I didn't trade all day Monday. I got 15 points in the morning and then left. So I was green Monday, but it's usually a struggle on those days, especially when I know it's going to be chop. It's kind of lame sauce, potatoes, but we'll see. Right now I'm just watching. CL and gold aren't interesting at all to me, and NQ and ES are not either. NQ and ES are looking bullish, but well, let me put it this way. Why am I not looking bullish on NQ? Type in the chats. And while you guys type, Saul said, "How do you journal your trades? Do you have a Google template by chance?" I do, and I think I have a video on how to backtest, and it's in that description. So, pairing with my question, which part of my strategy is making me not want to be looking bullish right now? I'll give you a hint. It's inside of this box. Got some people typing. Huey, you're not incorrect. Higher time frame is bearish, so don't want to go bullish on lower time frame. Agreed, but specifically, Mark Booth said higher time frame continuity, correct. But specifically, which part of my strategy is making me actually lean looking for a short? I'll give you another hint. I'm looking for a short probably somewhere in this area. Maybe a little higher. Not too sure. Hunter and Huey both said golden zone. That's correct. So I've been doing this a long time. I've drawn a lot of fibs. I know exactly where. So I know exactly where we're at pretty much on the golden zone. I can just kind of see it, right? There's our NQ there. And here's ES. So if I'm looking risk to reward, right, and I'm taking this long right now, my stop's 20 points, my reward is that I hope that it breaks through this golden zone. I hope that it breaks through this fair value gap here that's 40 points away and then continues through. What I would rather see, that I think is a much higher probable trade, is a setup kind of like this, where I know statistically this is probably a pretty good trade right here. A golden zone retracement and then a strat setup out of it with a 15-minute A+ setup and targeting the low of the day. So, while I'm sitting here kind of chatting it up, I am still looking at price, but I know what I'm interested in, and I'm not interested in going short. And truthfully, neither right now, big money's not interested in going short, and so I definitely shouldn't be interested. If I go to the hour time frame, there's still 30 minutes left on this hour time frame. Now, if this, I don't trade after 11 typically, but if this hourly candle ends a failed 2 down and then goes 2 up at 11, then sure, you can swing some calls, or swing a wide stop loss micro long. But what I think is probably more probable is that the next hourly, well, we have a new 30 is a 2-2 reversal right now, but I think that it's the risk to reward right now is better for me to just sit on hands on butt and just watch. We did get a ICT set up here a little bit, but I think that most traders would probably want this. See, just watching. I mean, now I'm I'm sitting on profit. This is where the whole week I've been preaching this about playing defense with your trades. And also, Mr. Unemployed and I had a talk the other day in the chat that, it's important to look at a trade as risk and not just reward. It's easy for us, especially, if you have a higher win rate, and let's take a side tangent. Higher win rate is anything above like 65%. I think a lot of people see win rates in like the 80s and 90s and think that that's the standard, and it's not. Remember, your win rate is directly correlated with your risk to reward. If your risk to reward is low, your win rate will be high. If your win rate is low, then your risk to reward should be high. So like this trade here, it's a 2.5 risk to reward. If I'm waiting for this to go all the way to take profit, that's going to happen less than if I just go like this, right? If I have a risk to reward at a quarter, then obviously this is probably more likely to hit several times over than this trade does. So, little side tangent there on the risk or on the win rate. But back to what I was saying, it's easy for us, especially if you have a higher win rate, to see an entry as an immediate, see the reward side of it without the risk side of it. And Mark Douglas kind of talks about it in his book about being at peace with the outcome when you enter a trade. If you're not at peace with a loss when you enter a trade, then that's where revenge trading comes into hand, and oversizing or over leveraging, whatever it may be. If you're not at peace with the possibility that you could lose that trade, then it's going to be really easy to go on a bender. So that goes also hand in hand with playing defense. I don't want to risk my money, my profits, or if I'm having a good month, I don't want to risk my profits. Or if I have a new eval, I don't want to risk my money I spent on that eval or the activation fee for a funded account. I don't want to risk that money on a subprime setup. Definitely not forcing trades. So I want to play defensively until something smacks me in the face and says, "Hey, dummy, there's a trade here." In that case, I'm like, "Oh, okay." I kind of had it here on this trade that was 40 points or so. I was even chasing a little bit, but I saw it and I was like, "Oh, there's no doubt that's a setup." And here on my loss this morning, honestly, I would probably take that trade several times over. It was 3-2 on the 5 or on the 15. Outside on the 5, or sorry, it was a 3-2 on the 5, outside on the 15, and it looked like it was breaking out. I would take that every time. But here we're turning back around into a failed 2 on the hour, or sorry, the failed 2 on the 15 and the 30. So certainly watch it for a short ending the day or ending the morning. And Thus ends my once a week rant. Ooh. New 5 are coming. Well, while I'm waiting, I'm going to take 2 minutes and put a bagel in. Be right back. There's no trade set up for at least 2 or 3 minutes right now. And it would probably be even longer than that. Probably until the next 15-minute candle in 5 minutes. So if you need to take a break or get a drink or whatever, then now is a great time. Be right back. back. Got the wick down under. Looking for an outside bar now. CL short maybe. Looking for 222 continuation here on the 5, and I might take this short. Probably 40-point stop. Or tick, if you'd rather. And Q's long. Kind of setting up for ICT setups there. Yeah, probably looking long there on NQ. All right, I have a sell stop on CL 78.78, and gonna do 40 points of a stop. All right, let me double check. I got triggered. Yep, in 78.78 CL short. 2-2 reversal on the 15, 2-2 continuation on the 5, and ends up being a 2-1-2 down on the 1. Looking NQ long probably here. Looking for the outside bar on the 15 and a 3-2 on the 1, or sorry, the 5. Gonna wait for it to go 3-2 though. probably stick here a couple minutes after 11 here. I said here twice. Nice. Let me know in the chats if you would be interested in that higher time frame account. Probably sitting 15-minute would be the lowest. Probably looking mostly at the hourlies. So kind of like a swing-ish account. Futures only. Huey said he'd be interested, kind of like how you did forex. Yeah. Yep, exactly. Yeah, because starting next week, my wife's switching from night shift to day shift, so I'll have the baby 4 days a week in the morning. So hoping that he naps, but he wakes up around 8 o'clock usually. So I'll do the pre-market at 8, and that also gets the 8:30 out of the way. Forex so sus. Well, it's not forex unless you are actually meaning like forex, or I don't know if you mean that or that forex firms are sus. Yeah, I'm not trading forex firms. It would be on futures, but the forex or the futures forex. So it would be on futures prop firms trading 6E, which is the euro forex. It would not be with a forex prop firm. House meeting about financial freedom at Jesse's. Give him your money, you'll be a millionaire next week. If you start with $1 million, I guarantee you'll be a millionaire next week. Not looking like I'm going to get a trade off, which is okay. Two one two up on the 5 though. I'm taking this 505.50. Long. If I lose this, it's because it's a 2-2 continuation on the 1, even though it's a 2-1-2 up on the 5. Gold just kind of going straight up. Oil's consolidating just because I got in. And it wants to be disrespectful. Gotta talk a little smack sometimes. Kick oil into high gear. See if my 10-point trim got hit. Not yet. There it goes. 10 points. Break even. Come on, give me the 20. Oh, CL back in profits too. NQ with the 20 bag. Have I been saying long or short on my option or my alert? Okay, good. That is the terrifying part of me just typing NQ long or short is if I say the wrong thing, it's a completely different alert. Got the outside on the 15. There's a chance that I take off CL here. And by that I mean finger on the close. If this doesn't go 2 down on the 5. In fact, stop loss break even on CL. All right, I have limits set, 20 points, 40 points. I have a break even. Those will be OCO, so one cancel the other. And Q is break even. I need to get my recaps in. Dokie. Got the 2 down on CL. So it's a 3-2. Getting pretty close to the half R trim. And Q getting pretty close to the 80-point trim. Or sorry, 40-point trim. 2R. sitting here for now. Alrighty. I'm going to call it here. Just hit half R on CL. So next trim is at 1R. Set an alert for 2 as well. Other than that, I'm just going to let it roll. I did that yesterday. It did pretty well for itself. So going to let that roll. Going to set the alerts for NQ since I'll be driving. Literally almost at 2R. CL's about to hit 1R. See if I can get that before I leave. It's going. 4 ticks away. This is what I love about CL. When it goes, it's going to go. But when it doesn't go. It's not like NQ where sometimes it can go and then stop and then go and then stop. CL is full blown or just chopping for a bit. So I hope I got the next full go. Jason said, Jesse, you got to stop, man. You're going to put me in a higher tax bracket. Hey, you're hitting the buttons, man. Kahuna said, what's 40 points among friends? Love it. All right. I'm going to hop off here. It's actually might hit 40 here right now. Oh, did I get it? Oh, did I get it? Definitely. All right. There's 40. Gonna just trail now. I think it wants to reach in this fair value gap, so I'm not gonna move stops up there yet, but I'm gonna trail for now and call it here. Love y'all. Have a great rest of your day. If you're you're going to keep trading, use stop losses. Don't play your account one trade. That's silly. I'll be around. Chats tomorrow, but nothing actively trading. As most of you know, I usually take Fridays off. So if you are going to trade tomorrow, same deal. Use stop losses. Don't play your account one trade. That's silly. See y'all tomorrow. Love y'all. See ya. Ciao.